Good morning, students. In this class, we'll discuss few more eukaryotic vectors, especially the vectors used for mammalian cells. So in that, we'll be discussing about baculovirus vectors, SP40 vectors, and retroviruses as vectors for mammalian cells. First, let's discuss about the baculoviruses that can be used as vectors for mammalian cells. These baculoviruses, they infect the insect cells. When they infect the insect cells, one of the major protein which is encoded by this virus genome is polyhedrin. This polyhedrin, which is encoded by this virus genome, that gets accumulated in very large quantities in the infected cells, in the nucleus of the infected cells, since this gene has very strong promoter. Why polyhedrin is expressed in large quantities by this viral genome is, the reason is that the gene that expresses this protein polyhedrin is very active and strong promoter. That's why very large quantity of this protein polyhedrin is expressed, and when it infects the insect cell, the expressed protein in larger quantities that gets accumulated in the nucleus of the infected insect cells. Since the promoter of this gene is very strong, the same promoter that can be used to cause the overexpression of our gene of interest. So that is why under this strong promoter, we insert our gene of interest. That means it is engineered the gene of interest is engineered into the baculovirus genome so that it will cause the overexpression of our protein of interest or the gene of interest. So when it causes the overexpression of our gene of interest, very large quantities of our protein of interest that can be produced in the infected insect cells that are maintained in culture. I hope you are able to follow. I'm talking about baculoviruses, which can be used as vectors for mammalian cells. If you look at the baculovirus genome, this is the DNA containing genome. One of the major protein encoded by this virus genome is polyhedrin. Why the major proteins is polyhedrin? Because the gene has got very strong promoter. The same promoter can be used to cause the overexpression of our gene of interest that is engineered into the baculovirus genome. So when you engineer it into the baculovirus genome under the strong promoter, it causes the expression of very large quantities of our protein of interest, and that will be produced in the infected insect cells which are maintained in culture. This method of overproduction of our protein of interest that's used extensively for the large scale culture of proteins, especially of animal origin. Why it is used for the proteins of animal origin? That is because these insect cells, they can produce many of the post-translational modifications of animal protein. These insect cell lines, when you use as the host cell line, it would be capable of producing many of the post-translational modifications of animal protein, so that the proteins produced in this culture system will be functionally active. These type of post-translational modifications cannot be produced if you use the bacterial expression system. So that is why these insect cell lines are used as expression system when we use this baculovirus as a DNA cloning vector. That's about baculovirus vectors, which can be used as vector for mammalian cell lines. Next, another virus which can be used as vector for mammalian cells is SP40 virus. This SP40 is an abbreviation for simian virus 40, which belongs to the family polyoma virus family, which is found in both monkeys and humans. Gene cloning in mammalian cells is generally done by using vectors that are derived from certain mammalian viruses. One such virus is simian 40 virus. Coming to some morphological characteristics of this SP40 virus, it is spherical and the coat proteins are arranged in icosahedral symmetry. This contains double-stranded circular DNA molecule, the size of which is 5.2 kb. The wild type of this SP40 virus that cannot be used as a gene cloning vector because of the presence of relatively small genome size, and no part of the genome cannot be replaced by the insertion of the target DNA. It means that the size of the genome is very small. When you try to insert your target DNA into the genome, few of the genes are likely to be replaced by your target DNA. So when such genes are replaced by target DNA, the proteins encoded by the replaced DNA cannot be synthesized. So in summary, what I am trying to explain here is the size of the SP40 genome is very small, and there are no essential genes which could be replaced with your target DNA. So when you insert your target DNA, it is likely that the essential genes required for its replication will be removed. To overcome this problem, it is required to co-infect with helper virus, and that helper virus contains the missing genes of the recombinant SP40 DNA. So when you introduce your foreign DNA by replacing some of the important genes of your SP40 genome, you have to go for co-infection with the helper virus, and that helper virus would be producing the gene products that are missed while producing your recombinant DNA using this SP40 as a vector. Look at this diagram. This is the diagrammatic representation of SP40 genome showing the sites for early genes and late genes. So this is the region where the early genes of the SP40 are present, and here the late genes are present. In addition, this diagram also shows the sites for different restriction enzymes that are present on this genome. And here down, it shows the diagrammatic representation of one of the SP40 virus vector, that is SVGT5, and here the foreign DNA that is incorporated in this virus vector is rabbit beta globin gene. And here when this rabbit beta globin gene is introduced, few of the late genes of the genome are replaced. So that's how this recombinant DNA molecule is produced. That's how when you infect this recombinant molecule into the host cell, you also need to co-infect with the helper virus, which will complement the gene products of these late genes that are missed because of the insertion of your target gene, that is rabbit beta globin gene in this example. So the fragment of SP40 DNA containing the late gene is removed by digesting with HIND3 and BAMH1, because these are the sites present here, HIND3 and or HIND3 BAMH1. You remove the portion of the late genes, and that's where you introduce your target DNA, target gene, which is rapid beta globin gene. So fragment of the SP40 DNA containing late gene is removed by digesting with HIND3 and BAMH1 digestion to give this vector SVGT5 vector, the example which is shown in the previous slide. So the gap which is created by this digestion is filled by your target DNA, that is rabbit beta globin gene fragment. There is also another variation of this SV40 vector. The example what was shown earlier was SVGT5 vector, where simply the late gene portion of the genome is replaced by the fragment of interest or the target DNA fragment. Another variation of SV40 vector is here in SV40 genome, there is insertion of a segment of plasmid. When you do that insertion of segment of plasmid, it produces SV40 plasmid vector. One such example of SV40 plasmid vector is PSV1 GT5. This is the example, and why the name is given as PSV1 GT5, because it is derived from the previously explained vector, that is SVGT5 vector. And what is that segment of plasmid introduced in this vector is the PBR322 DNA fragment is introduced in this vector in order to produce this SV40 plasmid vector. So here it is shown diagrammatically. This is SV40 plasmid vector. The example is PSV1GT5. As I mentioned earlier in the previous slide, here there is insertion of segment of the PBR322 plasmid. So these are the sequence portions. It includes the site for PST1 and also the site for the selection marker, that is ampicillin resistance. In addition, all other sequences of the SV40 vector are present here, including your early genes and late genes. And this is where your foreign gene can be introduced after digesting the vector with BAM-H1 and HINT3. So this is the example of different sequences available for SV40 plasmid vector. What are the unique features of recombinant SV40 that are displayed? These SV40 vectors, they can infect both resting as well as the dividing cell. That is one unique feature. In addition, there is also stable transgene expression that can be achieved in wide range of cell types. So these are all the properties of SV40 virus vector. This is very, very important examination point of view. Several times this SV40 vector had been asked for 5 marks. So this is simian virus 40 vector that belongs to the group of viruses polyoma viruses. It contains early genes, late genes. The genome size is very small. That is why when you introduce your target DNA, few of the essential genes are removed. So in that case, you need to use it along with the co-infection with the helper virus. That helper virus will produce the gene products of the missing genes. Several variations of these vectors are available. One example I discussed, simply by replacing the late genes by digestion with the appropriate restriction enzymes. Later, the plasmid SV40 vector also developed by inserting a fragment of the plasmid sequences. Here specifically the PBR32 plasmid fragment is introduced, and there are several unique features displayed by this SV40 virus vectors. These retrovirus vectors SV40, the baculovirus vectors, SV40 virus vectors we discussed so far, they are used for uh, mammalian cell lines to express the proteins. Another virus vector that could be used for mammalian cell lines is retroviruses. These retroviruses, they have single-stranded RNA genome. This single-stranded RNA is copied into double-stranded DNA after the infection into the host cells by reverse transcription. You all know the process. This DNA which is produced by this reverse transcription, that gets integrated into the host genome, and these retroviruses, they have some naturally strong promoters. That is why they have been considered as vectors for gene therapy, because the foreign DNA will be incorporated into the host genome in a stable manner. So these are the few of the properties of retroviruses which could be used again for mammalian cell lines. They have single-stranded RNA genome which will be copied into double-stranded DNA after infection, and the DNA formed gets stably integrated into the host genome. And these retroviruses have some naturally occurring strong promoters. That's why they have been used as vectors for gene therapy, because the foreign DNA which is incorporated, that gets integrated into the host genome in a very stable fashion. So these are the few more eukaryotic vectors, and this class specifically we discuss about the vectors that are used for mammalian cell lines. They are baculovirus vectors, where the insect cell lines are used for the expression of proteins because of the presence of strong promoter used. The same strong promoter is used for the overexpression of our protein of interest. Next, we discussed about SV40 virus vectors, then the retroviruses as vectors for mammalian cell lines. This is all I wanted to discuss in today's class. These are the references: Molecular Biology by Turner and also Gold and Primrose, the Principles of Gene manipulation. Thank you very much for your time.